Can you power a robot with a rubber band? That's what we're trying to find out in this video today. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along so far, you know that I'm trying to build a robot that's capable of sorting coins by date. If I can do that, I should be able to easily identify coins to add to my own collection. But in this video, we're going to continue working on the coin grabber mechanism. The part that grabs a coin, rotates it into position between two cameras so that both sides of the coin can be photographed at once and identified. So I had this crazy idea back in the day that I would be able to power at least a small portion of my robot using just a rubber band. If you watched the last few videos, you'll know that my goal really is to have positive control of the penny at all times. So I want the default to be holding on to the penny, and you actually need to trigger the machine in order to let go of the penny. Now, because these components are so small, I got thinking about what size rubber bands I could use to actually power this. And I was thinking, like back in the day when I had braces, we used to have all sorts of rubber bands and little contraptions that would attach to the braces. And that made me think like maybe those particular very tiny rubber bands were available. But I did a quick search on Amazon, and of course, they have them for sale. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you actually want to purchase some for yourself. But you can actually buy orthodontic style small rubber bands just on Amazon. So I thought that was really cool. Now, when you're trying to create things at this small scale, you actually run into issues of the printer resolution. And in this case, these rubber bands are so small that I wanted to create hooks in the coin grabber that would actually hold the rubber bands and slots so that they wouldn't interfere with the rotation of the coin slider. That became a particular challenge in FreeCAD as well, because as I was building out these layers, I had to think about exactly how the layers lined up. And also, FreeCAD does not allow you to draw a sketch that, when padded out, will result in multiple bodies. So that really became a challenge. Some holes went partly through the layers, and then once I got those cut out, I actually had to build a small hook on top of the lowest layer. But all in all, I got it eventually figured out, and I was pretty happy with the results. These little hooks worked out pretty well to hold on to the rubber band, and I ended up with a finished design that looked like something that was created by the Kardashians on Deep Space Nine.
Coincidences happen every day.
And really the only thing left to do was print it out on the 3D printer and see how everything worked together. I took a lesson from the last video and printed everything out in two different colors so that we could see a little bit better contrast and see how everything was working a little bit better on camera. So once I got everything printed out here, you can see that it worked pretty well. The hooks are like almost the perfect size for these rubber bands that I purchased on Amazon. But the issue with them is that the rubber bands are actually a little too firm. And when you push down on the lever here, which is meant to trigger the release of the coin, you can see that the lever itself bends without actually opening the gap to release the penny. So that I felt was going to be an issue. When I got thinking about this, I was thinking that to correct that problem, I could actually just take this layer and make it a circle and make sure that the lever extends all the way around that pivot point so that we can apply pressure on both sides of the pivot point. And that allows you, even with the strength of the rubber bands holding it closed, that allows you to actually open up that gap and drop the penny. So again, I had to go back to the drawing board and redo the design a little bit here. You can see me here working to get this situated a little bit better. And then once I do that, we of course have to print it out again. Now at this point, I was pretty confident that we would have a working prototype at the end. So I just decided to print a complete part, the entire coin slider in its full circular shape. And as you can see, it works pretty well. The one issue that I have with this design is that these rubber bands would all have to be very specifically sized, and they stick up a little bit beyond flush. So that is an issue. You can see here that it works pretty well. It holds onto the coin positively, which is exactly meets the design requirements. And when you press the lever, it releases the coin. So again, that meets another one of the design requirements. But I'm still not happy with this, and I really don't want to call this a finished design. What I don't like about this right now is that there really are too many parts. One of my design requirements is to reduce the number of parts, and then especially the number of moving parts. So I really want to try to get the part count down even further if I can. And in addition, because there's so many parts, and adding rubber bands to it just adds additional parts that are actually finicky to install, I really want to see if I can eliminate these rubber bands entirely. And now that I have a rough idea of how this mechanism is going to work, I think I have some ideas that we can use to create an even better design. The other thing that I don't like about this is that I would really like to be able to print as many parts as I can right in place so that they work as soon as I pull them off the build plate, and we're not quite there yet. So we're going to be working towards a compliant design that I can print in place and uses the PLA plastic as sort of a spring that will help to actuate this coin grabber in and out. My ultimate goal for this piece of the robot is to reduce the part count from 7 down to just 2. But we'll save that adventure for the next couple of videos. For now, that's my 2 cents. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay awesome. Hey everyone, it's Future Me. I just wanted to take a moment to say that I've been doing some work on our website at thecoinbot.com. There you can find the latest blog articles about coin collecting, the latest developments in machine learning, and get early access to my YouTube videos.